on to something that Zendaya was in that wasn't so fucking great.
Yeah, no, and I don't even know how long we spent on that, but I have to look. I have to really look at this edit. This edit's gonna be
a lot.
This edit's gonna be a pain.
Aside from the fucking random fucking audio that you just kept going.
The audio's an hour long, bro, and the video's like 20 minutes.
You're stupid, dude. You're fucking stupid.
I went camping recently, and it was during a heat wave, which is like a schedule like you can't predict nature like that. Yeah, but like on sunburnt to a fucking crisp. Like my lips are so dry. I'm so red. Everything hurts. Like my fucking like everything's hot too. Like it's a fucking heat wave right now. Like the last week has been fucking brutal. But we still going, but like my mind is like fried a bit.
So, anyways, you guys, I think we talked about it in the last episode, right? Because you did your review of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be getting Mike's full review.
Fuck this shit
of Euphoria season 3.
What the fuck? Now, I think this is going to be a lengthier, chunkier, meatier segment of here, because I actually have like a bit of history with how I feel about Euphoria, because I don't think I have expressed that I do think, besides like the writing, like especially from the first season, like is obviously like the best, sadly. I think, there's some parts of the writing of that season I don't like at all, but like I do from the get-go, I do think like it captured so many, because I think it's one of the most cinematic shows I've ever seen. Like the camera work, everything from its approach to its visceral style, I think was just like what.
Which apparently the fucking filming style was stolen from somebody else.
Yeah, oh yeah. If Levinson knows anything, he knows how to just steal shit and claim it as his own. And but like I was like, okay, this is just a very unique show that deals with like certain heavy shit that people have gone through. That's why a lot of the characters.
It was basically like if it was basically like Degrassi on acid.
Like Skins meets Degrassi, but like for like a super like hyped up, fucked up like Gen Z. And continuing Gen Alpha, and I think it speaks to a lot of people. Like I was like 21 when the first season came out.
When did it come out?
2019. The first season came out 2019.
It's crazy. I don't think I watched it until like a year or two after it came out.
Yeah, especially when season 2 was coming up, right? I think you asked me, hey, should I watch this? And I'm like, yeah, watch it. Yeah, come on. Yeah, sure. Yeah, please.
Bro, I'm actually legit, like, I don't.
And then you saw that second episode.
No, like, the thing is, like, I'm kind of like, when it comes to like the first season of Euphoria, I genuinely don't even remember why I even started watching it. I think it was just kind of like one of those things where like at the time that it had come out, it was such a popular show that I was like, you know what? Let me just fuck it. Let me like check it out to see what it's about. And unlike Mike, I actually did enjoy it. Well, I enjoyed the first 2 seasons for what they were.
Yeah.
Because I thought that they kept for the most part, I thought they kept the stories like pretty like
tighter knit.
Yeah, tighter knit. Like there was way more like consistency, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that obviously like the first 2 seasons dealt with them still being in high school. So there was like a kind of like a one like main place that all the characters were still gonna be at. Like they wouldn't like the stories wouldn't stray that far. And so that's kind of one of the things that I personally enjoyed about the first 2 seasons. But
and then
in the case of season 3, which they decided to make the decision to like basically
take them out because they're getting old as shit.
Yeah, so they basically did like a time jump where the 3rd season takes place a few years after they graduated.
And that production between season 2 to 3 was like hell on earth, because everybody was beefing with each other. And like Sam Levinson is like, I'm about to go.
There was a bunch of shit that happened.
First of all, he made The Idol, which delayed Euphoria season 3, which he also stole. Like someone else was supposed to do that shit, and then he was like, him and The Weeknd were like, you know what? We'll just do it because we're men and we know how to tell this story about a woman better. So that's what they did, and that delayed Euphoria. And Zendaya's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not getting these fucking movies. I'm waiting on you.
If you guys have ever wanted to like fucking like
which explains why like season 3 is just such like a confounding,
if you
messy,
guys have ever wanted to torture yourself,
condescending mess.
You should check out The Idol because it is.
I've never watched
The Idol is probably one like it's a show. I don't think I even made it past the second episode. Like that was a show that is so fucking bad that I just never finished it. And funny enough, it was canceled after the first season.
Yeah,
so.
No one wanted to be watched.
But speaking of Euphoria, when you get into the third season...
By the way, I hate season 2, too. I thought it was a massive fucking downgrade and piece of shit. I was like, oh, we're going this way instead of a good way. Like, I thought everything, and mostly everything...
What did you not like about it?
I think the storylines between Cassie and Nate, which is even worse in the season 3, is just like, it kind of nonsense. And even the actors are like, especially after the first season, for the first season...
Like, were you expecting?
Like, first of all, like the only male.
No, but I was gonna say I was because you said it was Cassie and Nate. Mm-hmm. So like, would you think the show would have been better if they like kept the relationship focused on Nate and Maddie?
And it's like, even yes, I do think that, but even if it was that, I feel like it kind of just ran straight into it because you don't even see like that type of thing in season 1. It's kind of like an out of nowhere kind of thing in season 2.
Like they kind of just hook up like when he fucking gives her a ride to the party.
Yeah, and then she does that stupid thing where she's like out the window and he's like driving fast. Like, bro, I'm not
gonna lie. When she did that, I had a fucking Hereditary flashbacks.
Like I hit the fucking a little bonk just on the head.
Legit, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first watched the second season, one of the first thoughts that crept into my mind when I saw that scene, like, oh fuck, I was like, oh fuck, I didn't know they were gonna kill off Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, that's what they would have done in like season 3. But it's like, but even then, like I think the style and tone of it was like kind of still there. I think this is probably unpopular opinion, but like I think the digital look of the first season looks much better than like the film look of like the second season. I think like the digital look in the first season has some modernity to it, if that's a fucking word. And while like the film version is like very contrasting to what like how it felt in that first season.
I did like some of the shots from the first episode.
The first
like when they're at the party.
Yeah.
At the end, I did like some of the shots, like when it's, I don't know if you remember, but there's a shot where they're like showing different people, like different main characters at the party.
Yeah.
And like every time it shows them, it like does like a bright spotlight on them.
Yeah.
And then it like kind of fades out.
Yeah,
I really like that.
And I will say, even in like the worst of the worst episodes, I do think Sam Levinson is like talented when it comes to visual storytelling and like directing. It's just like his instincts as a writer and a storyteller at that is like just pure nonsense, and that's why season 2 took like so long to film. It was like a very hectic
What the fuck
shoot.
did this food do before Euphoria?
That's the thing. He is a nepo baby from his dad is a Hollywood director, Barry Levinson, who directed many films including Rain Man. And like
So was Euphoria his like first shit?
No, because he made a movie in 2011 that I saw called Not Another Day, which is basically like about the main character is an addict, and like he's dealing with family problems and shit, and like it's basically segments of Euphoria like squeezed down into a movie. That's also not a good movie, by the way. But he's made a couple movies, written a couple things, and Euphoria is an adaptation of an Israeli show. And then he saw that, was like, you know what? I could probably do something with that. And I think that.
Wait.
That's why I said we're going in on this.
So, no, but there's an Israeli version of Euphoria.
Yeah, it came out before this. It was the. You're like, oh no, I'm killing children. All right.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I gotta do some fat.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like, out of all the fucking places that you would have told me that, like, this idea originated from, I never would have fucking guessed that.
Oh my god, I want to see Israelis do fan. Oh shit.
You're stupid. But, so, yeah, you were saying, so
yeah, but like,
the idea, basically.
Yeah, he steals all these ideas and then claims to, and then when he has his own ideas, they're fucking terrible. And it's because the visual style, and I do think those pandemic episodes that have to only do with like Zendaya and like Hunter Schafer are probably my two favorite episodes of the entire show. Like, I think that, especially the Hunter Schafer one.
That's interesting.
Like, I think those are episodes that I actually, those are like the only two episodes in the entire series. Like, I love. Like, I love them so much. Actually,
those are actually the ones that I remember the least.
Oh man, I think they're very revealing and touching, especially like in the pandemic where everybody was just feeling fucked up. I feel like those two episodes are like very, very, very good, and I easily like the best thing.
Go back and rewatch those.
Yeah, those are like
legit don't remember.
Those are like, they have definitely like peak Euphoria. It's only those two episodes though. Like, even like, but the elements of season one, I think the main aspects of like the show I do like is its portrayal of addiction, because Sam Levinson has actually dealt with all that shit Ryu has gone through when it comes to addiction and stuff. So I think like a lot of that like is like portrayed beautifully throughout the show, even at its worst. Even in season 3, there's some elements that I really do
also, by the way,
enjoy.
Before we like go more in, like before we like start piling on more onto the season 3,
yeah,
I do want to say, since this probably and most likely will be the last time we ever talk about Euphoria, I do want to give Zendaya her fucking flowers, because her fucking portrayal of Rue throughout this whole show, whether like, you know, the show itself was fucking horrible or not, or you didn't like it, the one thing that you can't deny is that Zendaya like fucking acted her ass off for this role.
Yeah, and I do think the actors, especially in those first 2 seasons, were like good enough to like really carry like be like, all right, he's like, yeah, oh my god, that poster is insane. Holy, of the Israeli version of Euphoria. Holy shit.
Yeah, you gotta send me that, dude. I'm gonna watch that shit. I don't care if I have to get a fucking VPN.
You don't care the Mossad's watching over you.
I gotta see that shit. Dude, that's fucking insane. Like, I never would have pictured that idea.
That's
came
crazy. That you're like, he's like, how can I, that's crazy.
But so anyways,
yeah, but like there's even in the worst moments of Euphoria in the first 2 seasons, there's appreciation I have, and there's some appreciation. There's a little tiny bit of appreciation I have for season 3.
So how did it feel like jumping back in, like when you started episode 2?
Just like 5 seconds. Just like everything about this show is shit. I think I said last episode, like I kind of knew it was gonna be terrible for the first, literally, like, and I don't mean to be such a fucking hater, but the first 5 seconds when I see fucking Rue getting pushed by the Mexicans by the border and shit, I was just like, and she's like, I'm just like, all right, we've lost it. Like, he immediately jumped the fucking shark of like what the story is going to be, because instead of being very specific on like these lives and like addiction and like other traumas, he's just going to be like, we're going to talk about America now. Like, fuck, even the Iliad's like, stop fucking talking about Euphoria.
You're like, how dare you go from talking about us to talking about you?
You're like, how dare you? He's like, let me go yap on and describe everybody that has been in my life as a character and make these passages way longer than I expected. All right, that's a random like Odyssey shot, and the Iliad too. But like, anyways, back to Euphoria. Yeah, it's like when she's. Way every story goes here is like, wow.
Okay, so wait. So I guess
each story.
So I guess a better way to do this is, out of the third season, I guess, what storyline did you hate the most from the third season?
Oh God, I think Nate's.
That's okay.
Nate's, and then eventually Maddie's.
Bro, I fucking absolutely despise what they did with Nate.
Like, holy shit! Like,
because if you watch the first 2 seasons, and then you see what he becomes in the third season, like that genuinely didn't even fucking feel like the same character.
No, I think and I do think there could have been an approach that like. Be like, oh, he's tough in high school, but a loser in like post high school. But I think the way he did it is just the worst way possible, with like this whole gangster crime like fucking aspect, which Sam Levinson put way too much in this third fucking season.
Not to say that I would have wanted to see it, but like I found the dynamic between him and Cassie kind of strange, because like I feel like, especially from what you saw in the first 2 seasons of the show, Nate strikes me as a guy who would definitely fucking like beat Cassie. Like whenever she got like way too out of line.
Yeah.
So like I was just kind of surprised that they really fucking like toned down his character for some reason, which I do not understand.
Yeah, I think it's just like I think Sam Levinson really just wanted to be done with the show, and then he's because like I think every actor at that time was just expressing how much they have to wait, or like they're hating his approach, because Barbara Ferreira, who was in the first 2 seasons, is not here. She was like
played Kat,
who played Kat. She's like, well, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I don't want to be part of any of this. So fuck y'all.
Bro, she looks so different.
Yeah, it's insane. And then like she's doing, she's done like a couple indie movies that have been like got some acclaim to them. So shout out to her. I think Nate's storyline is bad. I think Maddie's storyline, like how she goes to, like how she gets involved with everything is just so shitty and forced. Like everything here just feels so like forced in this fucking show. Like it felt like Sam Levinson was writing the show just to torture, just because he hated the actors and like their criticisms of the show they were in. So he just wrote the worst possible storylines
Nate
possible.
is definitely like that's the one that I felt like they killed that character.
Like you could tell like Sam Levinson hated just writing everything about this, and you could tell these actors were checked the fuck out.
Also, speaking of Barbie.
You
know who's another character who might possibly could have been in the same situation this season?
Yeah.
Fucking Hunter Schafer.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, Hunter Schafer is barely in the 3rd season.
Yep, and she's like a very important character in those first 2, and that specifically those episodes as well within the first 2 seasons. And like the way, and like it's sad to see that like the best actress here is like even like the greatest actors here, it's just like kind of suck. Like I hate the person who plays Lori. I hate because at first, let's talk about Alamo. Let's fucking talk about
one of the characters that we get introduced to in the 3rd season.
At first, I was like, okay, I like this character. By the 2nd episode, I'm like, I think he's written fucking terribly. The way they fucking do this shit, and the way
what was the episode that like made
the 2nd episode where he's like they just
what was it specifically that you're like, oh no?
It was just like the way Sam Levinson wrote like the black plight of America. He's like, oh, you made it a pig thing, and then now it's a race thing. I'm just I'm just like Sam, this is not how you approach with with this like scenes and characters.
Like when he was like more mad that she called him a pig than than the
Emperor? And then, by the way, two of the best parts are his partners of this entire season.
Oh yeah, shout out to Marshawn fucking Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch was good.
He is hilarious.
And then the actor who plays Bishop is really good, and he's a HBO, like he's done The Wire, Barry, We Own This City. Like he's a really great actor. Like, and I'm glad he's in like a major spot. I just hate the fact that it's Euphoria, but like he's really good.
You know what part I was like what part I kind of really like? Oh, they're kind of like they're kind of ruining the Alamo character for me. It was the scene. I don't know if you remember. I don't know what fucking episode it was in, but they're at his house. And that fool, like, gets some pants or whatever, and they're, like, the wrong fucking size. Dude, that shit, like, I like, dude, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Bro, like... And he gets a backstory too. I'm just like, okay, I guess. Like, I will say that backstory is like, all right, that was decent. That was good. That was all right. I think the way Rue ends that shit is kind of fucking so corny though. It's just like he's like, that's when he knows. That's when he learned that bitches ain't shit. And then it's just like the title card. And then I think sadly the only one that from the main cast that's actually having a bit of fun at all is fucking Sydney Sweeney, who's playing Cassie, by
the way, let's talk about the first fucking scene that you see her when you first start the show.
Yeah. She's doing all the OnlyFans
She's
thing.
a dog.
You know.
That's literally
and
the first.
she gets the Mexican fucking maid to be like to take the pictures.
Photographer.
And then like you could tell he's like Sam's like we're gonna talk about America because all these characters talk about why they're doing this in America and the game. Like he's like, why do you do this, maid? And she's like, because America and shit like that. I'm just like like every time he like sprinkles all that shit through fucking this entire thing.
What do you think was the cringiest Sydney Sweeney thing you saw for her OnlyFans? I think for me it was definitely when she did the fucking baby thing.
Yeah, that baby thing is like a little like uncomfortable, and I hate Sam because he's just like, oh, I wrote it, but these other characters are like, oh, that's sick, that's fucked up, I'm just like, but you still wrote it though, it's still here, and you don't even use it that well. Like I think Sam Levinson could have like had like with this character of Cassie like could have like look at me trying to like up him, even though he is a terrible fucking piece of shit fucking season. I'm just like he could have like tackled like that culture like quite like honestly
Also,
and well.
Speaking of that, a bunch of fucking apparently like when the season first came out, a bunch of fucking OnlyFans models were upset over the portrayal of it.
He was like, "How dare you? Like you don't you don't do it that way. You don't do it this way." Oh my god! I'm just like this fucking thing. I'm gonna edit this. Don't worry. I'm gonna edit this. Edit this like Oedipus. Wait.
What? Please keep that in. I don't give a fucking.
I meant to say Odysseus. I said Oedipus.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I'm trying to calm myself by rapping. Oh my god, oh my god, I fucking hate Euphoria. I think they like and then, but I will say, I'm not gonna lie, like the opening of like the Cassie episode where like she's really dedicated to like OnlyFans. There was a scene that that actually did make me laugh. I think it's still like really bad episode, but like that did make me laugh is like when Maddie's like when Maddie's like, so you're gonna fart in a jar, and she's like, oh no, gross. Why do I? Because like it sells, and then he's like, what does it matter? Can you fart in the jar? And Maddie's like, yeah. And then she starts ripping it up. I'm just like, yeah, like you really like who orders? First of all, I think who orders that shit? You're a fucking weirdo if like you order that shit. I don't know if
you remember, but there was a whole thing like a few years ago. There was I can't fucking remember her name. But she was like a very popular, like I think like OnlyFans creator. I think it was. Yeah. I think she got traction because I think from what I remember, she started on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then she like went into OnlyFans like when she had like a shit ton of subscribers, and she started selling her fucking bathwater. So I think that was like a nod to that kind of shit.
Yeah, and I think like the elements of that could be fun, but I think he just goes so overboard and so quick. Like there's no like everything like stakes is high all the time, even though he hasn't established anything we give a fuck about. Like Cassie, how Cassie gets into like the fucking gangster thing when fucking Nate gets. I'm gonna go back to the Nate thing often because like it's so hit the Armenian fucking dude. Like he's just like, you owe me money. I'm like
literally. Towards the end, all the episodes are just him getting fucking kidnapped and beat up.
Like he's just being so like, and then he gets like, and then the wedding scene, like after like he shows up to the wedding, and then like.
Also, by the way, can we talk about what the fuck Maddie was wearing to the wedding? Like,
I know that shit was funny though, and it's just like even the way Maddie gets involved with it because like she's hanging out with Rue, and then like they meet Cassie, and then like Alamo fucking meets the Armenian, and then like the fucking Nate.
Also, by the way, wait, listen. Is it just me? But I feel like realistically, I feel like aside maybe from like what's it called, like Cassie, Maddie, and what was that other girl? What was the nerdy girl's name?
A nerdy girl.
The one who's Cassie's sister.
Oh, Lexi?
Yeah, Lexi. So I don't know, but at least for me, I feel like realistically, aside from like maybe Lexi, Cassie, and Maddie, I feel like none of these people would ever fucking talk to each other after high school.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to see like them still apparently be that close with each other.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that doesn't seem realistic.
And like I will say, Rest in peace, Eric Dane, who plays Kyle Jacobs, Nate's dad.
Also speaking of that, also R.I.P. to Angus Cloud.
Yes, who is alive in the series, which people had a problem with, but I don't know, I think that's cool, but like Eric Dane, who comes back as the dad, who I think
will say,
he is good.
Loved his
he is really he's so good. He's so good. I think he is the best part of season 2 as well. Like I think he acted his ass off in that fucking season as well.
I fucking love the scene where he's like driving off after he gets beat up by Ashtray with the shotgun, and he's like, hey, Mr. Big Balls. When he's talking to fucking Nate in the kitchen.
Yeah. When he starts pissing on the floor. This fucking stupid ass scene, but he killed that shit. Yeah, but he really, and even he just has 2 scenes in this show. I still think he's like he really made it. When he was actually talking to like fucking Jules, I think that was a really funny scene of like him complaining about how he got caught with all this shit he got caught. He was like, try finding in a fucking apartment when I think that was actually like his performance was really, really good. I do think they kind of just minimize what the character's done in like the last 2 seasons, but like I still appreciate his performance despite that. And I'm trying to think, is there any other I guess visually, because I'm mad because like he's really just drenched this HBO budget like to the extreme. Like visually everything is gorgeous and pristine. That's why I fucking hate Sam Levinson, because I think visually he's like super cinematic and competent, but like I think just all his instincts is just out the fucking window, like the worst thing you could do, especially how the character of Ali goes too. Yeah, I'm just
also, so again, since it's like already kind of running long,
bro,
yeah. Like, what did you think of how the show, how he decided to end the show?
Oh my god, I think it's just like every way the show ended is like just a backstab of like the actors themselves. It's like I don't think he really did this. So, like, let's think of the story. He's like, no, fuck these actors for making me do all this shit, weigh all this shit. Just like let me write the worst things possible. And it's just like I get like Rue maybe like in another version of this. It's like like that makes sense. She would overdose, but I think the way it led to like everything else. I'm just like, this is the stupidest way to even handle this after this, especially with like a stupid fucking shootout at the end, and then it's like, oh my fucking god, bro! It's like, why in the fuck? First of all, why did he make this just like a total like Western shit where everything's about crime and gangsters and like
had that impression from the first episode?
Oh my god! And like the way like we see Nate die too is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, bro, I was so fucking pissed when I watched this because I was like, really, all that shit? We didn't even have to see like this fucking.
And then it's like how Alamo meets the Armenian, and then he shoots the Armenian. And then the pigs, just lots of close-ups of the pig's asshole when they're shitting and shit. Lots of shit, piss, cum, throw fucking shit. That like it's like so like really like this is first of all very unnecessary to the thing. But it's like Sam Levinson's like, oh, I'm like, this is realistic, but like no, it's just you're being weird, you're being gross. You need to like sit outside, you fucking freak. Like don't ever like express yourself ever fucking again, please. And then it's just like and then the way it ends with the shootout, Bishop like taking the fucking bullets, like, all right, that's cool, I guess, because Bishop's just like a cool character, and like then he walks out.
Well, actually no.
And then Ollie's shooting up the strip club, and like the strip, like the whole story with like even like the Confederates, like their storyline too is fucking stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, probably one of the dumbest characters on the show is fucking Faye. Bro, like when she fucking gets shit tattooed on her ass.
Oh man, and it's just like everything about this show.
Is it a butterfly?
Yeah, and I think every scene is just too long, and I think every scene is like every night, like 90% of the scenes are like written terribly. So 10% like, and I could get with that, but I think every character's exit is just so stupid and sad, and it's just like what a sad derailment of a show that it didn't had potential, but just kept going down as it went on. I've never seen like this Game of Thrones, How I Met Your Mother, all that shit, but like Euphoria is like it feels so spiteful with how 2.5 Men is really bad too. I would compare it to that season, that last season as well. It's very fucking not. That's not even like that good of a show either, but it's still funny.
The thing I know about that show is like Charlie Sheen's on it.
Yeah, but like I as like sitcom slop, I really enjoy it. But that last season is fucking terrible, and that's what it reminded me. And like this season is like it's a giant fucking piece of shit. One of the worst. Oh my god, Cassie's mom in that fucking wedding scene is just so fucking stupid. It's so fucking dumb. And then
same lady that plays the mom on Ted, by the way.
Yeah, and then also I completely forgot about Ashtray when you said something.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, and then the ending of this season, how it starts off with the raid at the and then everyone starts like offing themselves at like Lori how she dies and shit. Yeah. Like it's just like this scene is so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. Like
it genuinely feels like he didn't have any fucking idea what to do with this third
season. No, I think this is just never let Sam Levinson cook with his own script for like at least 40 years. Just keep him away from like the computer, typewriter, pencil, whatever the fuck. Just keep him away from that. I think this is just a dog shit season. One of the worst seasons of TV I think I've ever seen in my life. I think all these actors deserve better, except Sydney Sweeney. And I think
what? Just because she's blonde and has big titties?
He was like because like the perfect genes.
I still remember that fucking commercial.
Where it's like, she has MAGA hat her fucking family members, bro. And then like all the beef that I was having, that was like that was T101 though. The T from the show was insane, just to like fucking say that, get that out the way. Nobody wanted to be here, nobody wanted to make it, but they needed to make it, and it got popular, but like at what cost? So at what cost? 0 out of 5, 0 out of 10. I think fine. 1 out of 10, 0.5 out of 5. I think the scenes in here I do like, and I still think when he focuses on the addiction part of the show, I think is really when it shines. And there's some things of that here, but not really. But I do think when she's throwing the shoes at that one stripper is really fun. It was actually really fucking funny. I'm like, there you go. Do some good acting real quick before you go back to this piece of fuck this show. And she was doing press for the drama, so she was like, I'm not talking about that thing at all. So yeah, hate this fucking shit. Hate it.
Horrible ending to the show.
Horrible, like what a spiteful ending. Kind of like this, cause it's really hot. We've been here for a long time.